You may be expecting a map update video from me today, but this new island is so huge it would take a week to break down. So instead, I've compiled 24 map secrets I think you should see for yourself. This includes Easter eggs, jokes, hints to the future and the past of Fortnite, and a boatload of nostalgia for Chapter 1 players. So if you do me the honour of rocking Code Adamaru this chapter, let's do this. Where the freak do we start on an island this big? With the biggest Easter egg of all, of course. Over on the far left, hiding under the water in a shallow cove, is this. Chapter 1 OGs recognise it right away. This is the lost arm from the day the Devourer, and the largest mech in history, had a dust up over the 0 point. Singularity's mech had its arm ripped off that day, and it was thrown in this exact location back in July 2019. This is one of about 50 ways the Chapter 3 map aligns with the original island, but that's a conversation for another video. I also checked underneath the ground to make doubly sure the arm wasn't connected to anything. It isn't? Yet. Over to the Daily Bugle and Spider-Man's day job. In here are so many desks it's tough to know which one is important, so I'll help you out. At the foot of these stairs is a desk covered in Marvel references, from Venom to Wolverine. Hang on though, because some of these are not in Fortnite yet, so these are likely hints to the future. We have the X-Men, both Cyclops and Jubilee in yellow and blue spandex. And to the right of this is a newspaper headline about the Green Goblin, one of Spider-Man's most revered enemies.
Hello, my dear.
This must be foreshadowing. And at a push, is this a photo of Miles Morales? I mean, it's a black suit, it's got red graffiti text, and there's a new movie coming out soon. All we need now is Spider-Gwen. When Chapter 3 started, I ran to find gnomes. You know, after they all disappeared at the end of the last chapter, I was unable to find them, yet there is one reference to the gnomes here. Up at the tippity top of the island is a mansion with a maze behind it. Here we can spot nods to the old Colosseum, but get to the centre of it and you'll find this. The Cyborg Gnome Memorial. This is a nod to Season 4 of Chapter 2, when a mad scientist came to the island in an attempt to eradicate all the gnomes there. He met his demise when we chased him down to the swamps and he crash landed while escaping. So press X to pay your respects. This led me to try and find the mortal enemy of G-Gnomes everywhere, the Misfit Bears. The last time we saw them, they had just signed a treaty of peace. Yep, that's a real thing in Fortnite. Right now, a bunch of those bears have made it to Camp Cuddle. A few of them can be seen at the kitchen table, and another one is watching TV, still wearing his helmet of war. I wonder what shenanigans these guys will get up to over the next 2 years. Whilst here, look outside and you'll see 3 chalets side by side, one for each different type of cuddle team leader. The middle one is full of ducks. It's insane. No, it's quackers. Thank you very much. To the right of that is a treasure trove of Deadpool references. Before entering, look at the ground and you'll see Wade's original sketch for a brand new battle bus, which became a thing in Season 2, Chapter 2. Inside is Deadpool's favourite floating device, and also you'll find his socks at the base of a toilet, which, legend has it, he takes off when pooping. The more you know. In the next cubicle is another floating device, and pop quiz, who was the last character to own this thing? Time's up. It was Batman. Back when Batman made the Bat Shed before escaping the loop. He'll be back to collect this. It's his favourite unicorn. Speaking of the season Deadpool was introduced, the same battle pass gave us other characters who have little references in the game right now. Brutus's punch bag can be found on your travels, and should you visit this spot at the volcano, you'll find weapons and tech first seen in TNTina's room and Midas's room over at the old rig. You know, before it went boom. This leads on to another huge Easter egg which may have story implications. Just above the Rock's rock statue, there is a modern building, seemingly a restaurant of some sort, yet things are not as they seem here. Take a look at the reservation book, and it's actually Midas's sketchbook from designing the device. What a good event that was. There is also an Ego logo reference here, and look around and you'll discover the napkins all have a capital M upon them. Could this be foreshadowing Midas's return, or is this just a small Easter egg for those who should get out more? Another great spot you should visit is just a little bit further north, at this 7 compound, where Agent Jones chills out. If, like me, you're a fan of the story and the lore, but you get a little forgetful or miss something, be sure to come here regularly to listen to the recordings and replay the logs. It's crazy useful, if a little buggy right now. Let's jump back a few days to the end event. There's a bunch of Easter eggs and jokes worth mentioning here. First, did you see the size of Agent Jones's brain? It's scanned in the background, and this guy's brain box is tiny. but he has a big heart. As we are escaping and following the scientist, he promises us a water break.
It's right up here, and I will give you a water break soon.
Which ended up being extremely true, as the caretaker cracked the window into the sea, and we ultimately spent a day or two floating on the waters. So thanks for that water break, scientist. Did you know that whilst we were waiting for the new chapter to begin, the cutscene never stopped moving forwards? It just happened unbelievably slowly. But if we speed it all up, this is the full animation, leading all the way up to washing up on the beach. Whilst floating and waiting, it was possible to see different types of debris floating past, like the Durburger head or a loot box. Those who were extra lucky could also see Spider-Man's backpack in the water, or even the sacred Zappatron, washed out to sea from the IO facility. In fact, many of the items from the Among Us mode have made it onto the new island, with my favourite being the Peely punching bag taken straight from Jonesy's IO room. He also had a deactivated Kevin the Cube we last saw rolling around in the science wing. I'll keep an eye on this each week and I'll let you know if it changes colour and reactivates one day. All of these are small, subtle little nods and Easter eggs for losers like me and you to find, so happy days. But wait, there are more, and we'll do these extra quick, as YouTube tells me this is the time most people start clicking off. And also, 69% of you aren't subscribed yet, so click the thing if you wouldn't mind. Thanks muchly. Anyway, back to Easter eggs. Over in the northwest of the island, by the shoreline, is a famous ditty you can hear. The sound of the wobbly blobs. At present, only one of the crustaceans has made it here, maybe more are coming. In the meantime, you should totally go visit him for extra luck. Oh wait, whilst we're here, look at this. One of the connectors from the battle bus currently sits dormant on a hillside, but it's only here in replay files. As I haven't finished my challenges this week, I don't know if this is relevant or not, but I thought I'd mention it. There's also 2 others around here too. As it's Christmas, Crackshot's cabin has returned for the month. It's the exact same as it was back in chapter 1, the Christmas tree, the lights, the weird picture above the fire. It's not Christmas until you've visited this place. And remember, it usually vanishes in January. Remember when Drift brought random items from our reality to the island? Like the Easter Island heads? Well, those things have returned again this chapter, with this one being my favourite. I call him Derek. There is a really mysterious mound here on the map with hot air venting out of it. Stand here long enough and you'll hear some strange sounds like those we heard when the Polar Peak monster was stuck in the rock face. I guess if the mech's arm is here, the monster could be here too. I think a round 2 is deserved. Likely though, this is where one of those tractor-like dinosaurs will be sleeping until they become a thing later in the season. And if not, there is another reason for it being here. This hot air is actually melting around them right now, including the POI, which is unnamed. Thanks to leakers and those people who have lots of time on their hands, it is now almost 100% confirmed that this is Tilted Towers locked in ice. The place that everyone thinks they want back, but actually is the place where most people go to die. Happy memories. Give it 6 weeks and we should have back Tilted Towers. If you've kept an eye on Fortnite videos, you'll know that there's a Gears of War crossover coming to the game. And right now it's possible to find the cinder block barricades all around the island with a Gears logo upon them, graffitied onto the side. Can I quickly note how much I appreciate logos with cogs and gears in them? GG on that design. And finally, in the Battle Pass on Spider-Man's page is the It's You emote. This is the highly memed Spider-Man imposter image you've seen so many times before. You can now recreate it whenever you like. So if someone's rocking your skin and you don't like it, you have this emote. Memes in Fortnite? Who'd have thunk it? We did it! 24 map secrets, jokes and Easter eggs all in Chapter 3's first day in existence. Thanks for sticking around to the end, and thanks if you've used code Adamaru. I'll be back in my Twitter DMs to thank you all personally, because you doing that lets me call this a job. So thank you very much. Okay, I love you, bye-bye.